honestly, there's some creators, right? I really seriously struggle to follow up with them. Like, they say a lot of great things, and then they say some things that throws me completely off back. And I'm gonna play this video real quick for you, so you see, in the grand scheme of things, it sounds fair, right? But then you generalize and isolated incidents and make it into this big whole thing. Let's just watch this video.
My name is Jessica. I am 38 and I am addicted to having abortions.
What Jessica is doing is not technically illegal, but it is incredibly concerning.
I just love the feeling of it. I met this guy on Facebook dating. We don't have intercourse. He kind of just does it in a cup, and then I do this method where I lay on my back with an injection tool. It's been a really good relationship because he also pays for it.
To date, I've probably spent a little over $12,000 on abortion procedures.
I've had 56 abortions so far. And I'm actually going to be 57 here in a couple weeks. If I did end up having a child, it would just be so that I can raise them so that they can get pregnant, and then we would continue. Because I don't ever see myself stopping.
That is what happens in a world where you say, do you? Your body, your choice. What matters is that you are happy. When you make morality relative, where anyone can actually just define what is right and wrong to them, that's what happens. A broken society that absolutely has no value for human life or any sense of objective morality. So to her, she's having fun. If you've ever advocated for your body, your choice, that's the result of your advocacy. How does that look? Does that look normal? Does that look okay? Does that not look demonic? Does that not look mental? Does that not look off? Does that not look wrong? Shouldn't that be illegal? That is not just 57 or 56 abortions. That's actually 56 murders. Life begins at conception, full stop. But when you choose to make it relative, well, I choose to decide when life begins. It begins when you're born. That's what a lot of pro-choicers say. Life begins when you're born. I mean, here in England.
Now, we all know who this creator is, It's crazy how I actually follow him, and I actually enjoy a lot of his takes on different topics. But also, he's also one of the hated people on social media because he has some very close-minded standpoints, And a few weeks ago, I wanted to speak about him because I understand if you don't like him as a person, but I did not like the way people attacked him when it comes to fatherhood, because what are we doing exactly? Are we, a lot of women cry that they want men that are hands-on, and then now you see a full-on hands-on father and you attack him and make him feel insignificant. I didn't like that. But you see, on topics like this, you are offbeat completely. And let me explain why. When you speak about demonic women, like the video you just watched, even I felt like I had seen it all in this life. I have seen it all. But when I see videos like that, I'm like, what in God's name is that? Like, how can you be obsessed or addicted to abortions? Like, that should be illegal, right? Now, when it comes to me, I do not believe in abortions. That is me. Doesn't mean I have the right to tell another woman what to do with her body. Although I do not stand on the notion that women should use abortions as a way of contraceptives. Like, come on, bro. If you know you cannot control your urges, then find some other way. Tie your tubes or something. I don't believe in that. But your body, your choice. And let me explain why. Now, right now in the States, it's actually a big problem because a lot of women who actually wanted to get pregnant, and for some reason along the line, the fetus was deemed not viable. Instead of them to do an injection abortion, just to eliminate the fetus, they decide to say, no, because we do not have the rights to do abortions, you keep the baby there. A lot of women turn septic with having dead tissue in their bodies and did not have the right to do the procedure. You think that is okay? From a man's point of view, you could sit and judge and say, oh, women shouldn't do this and women shouldn't do that. But imagine having a dead thing living in your body and you cannot do the procedure. That's where my body, my choice comes from. Then you have little girls as little as 11 years old who were sexually assaulted and got pregnant, and you tell me, no, she should keep the child because it's a life after all, right? You don't think of the long-term trauma that this child will have looking at a product of abuse. And you speak on it like it's so, oh, this is something women just sit and decide to do. Like, no, bruh. You have no right to speak on this if you don't understand it. And I love how you bring up Satan into a conversation like this. Like, bruh, like seriously, you went deep with it. Every woman who sees that particular video, we go, oh my God, that is satanic. That is demonic, because it is. The act itself is. But I am sorry, dear. You are in no position to tell a woman what to do with her body. Okay? Like, no position at all. And I stand with, I do not believe in abortions. But there are different situations in which an abortion is a necessity. I'm sorry, dear. You as a man, you have no business having this specific conversation. Now, when I saw the video you posted, I was excited because I'm like, yeah, you're going to fire them. But to generalize all women and not understand what women actually go through that leads to procedures like this is crazy coming from your parts. Now, like I say, I will stand with, I do not believe in abortions. But I'm sorry, in certain situations, it is what it is. And I remember exactly the video you posted that made me go, oh my God, what is going on in society right now? It was a topic of Toke Makiwa. She was praising God, and she said she prayed to God to give her a child, before she turned 40. And everybody was happy for her, except you. Oh, you had a lot to say about it, of how, we are normalizing that children should be born into the world without two parents, and, this is not of God. Really? God answers a person's prayer, but you must be the guardian of heaven, and you decide, no, it doesn't work for you. See, bro, stick to what you know. Stick to what you know. When it comes to women's matters, it is okay to judge certain behaviors. It is okay to judge certain things. Like, I was really disappointed your take on this particular video, because I thought, again, he's going to fire that woman. But the way you twisted it and turned it into a all women situation, no. You do not understand what goes on in the bodies of women, so you do not have the right to speak on it. Because you do not know, honey. No. Not on this one. And you know what's so sad in all this? If a woman comes out and says, listen, I do not want to have kids, because the truth is that just because you're a woman and have the ability to have kids doesn't mean you should. If a woman walks into any hospital, a young woman, and says, listen, doctor, can you please do the surgery and tie my tubes? I'm not interested in being a mother, because the truth is we force a lot of women to be mothers that end up abusing those kids in the long run. But guess what? There's no hospital in the world right now that would do that procedure for you. And they'll tell you, use preservation and use this and do that. Those things are not 100% guaranteed. There's a very high chance that even with all your contraceptives and your condoms and all that, you will still end up pregnant. Women should have the right to choose if they want to be mothers or not. Now, abusing that right, that's where the problem is. But don't generalize, please. Don't. A lot of men will say, a woman that doesn't want to be a mother is not a good mother. She's a waste of space and all that. Who are you to decide that? Are you going to stick around to educate that child? Are you going to stick around for the well-being of that child? No, you wouldn't. So shut up. And most of you know, and most of you don't know, I should have had 2 children by now. I lost a baby because when I was 5 months pregnant, my daughter came home with chicken pox. And because I had not had chicken pox, I ended up getting chicken pox during my pregnancy. Now, every doctor I went through, after a series of tests of trying to save my child, every doctor said, no, that child is not viable. If you manage, which they doubt that, for me to get that child to 9 months, that child will turn out blind and with no limbs. Now, you as a man, you want to tell me that I should have brought that child into the world, even after doctors spoke against it, right? Just because every life is a life, right? Do you know the burden a lot of children that have special needs go through? Do you understand the life torture you give to them? But I guess every life is important, right? Okay.